Hi everybody, I'm Tisha Copeland with Not Your Mama's Quilt Store, and I want to show you our latest find that we have in the store. If you like to make pouches, kind of like these fun little pouches like this is the Open Wide bag by Sew Annie, and we carry these patterns in the store. Look how awesome it is, so much space. This is the Sew Together bag. We carry the patterns and classes. Both of these have classes, but okay, I digress. Anyhow, if you like to make pouches, but you find that the inside starts to get icky, sticky, or it gets makeup in the corners or dust in the corners, don't you sometimes wish you could find something that was laminated to go on the inside, something you could just wipe clean? How about chairs in the kitchen? This is where I got my first idea a couple of years ago. No, it hasn't been a couple of years, it's been longer than that. I had toddlers at home. It's a long time ago. I had toddlers at home, and I had new seats on my chair, new fabric on my chairs in the kitchen, and I didn't want icky sticky on it, you know, peanut butter, fingers, banana, that kind of stuff. So I looked for something that was laminated for my seats, but all the laminated fabric was really just gross. It wasn't something I wanted, until I came across a product that I could iron onto my fabric and protect it, and it didn't look like grandma's covered sofa. It wasn't covered in plastic. As a matter of fact, you could barely tell it was there, other than it wiped clean very easily. So then I started doing purses, and or bags, and if it's a bag that is like going to go in the bottom of another bag, say a beach bag or something, then I'll even laminate the outside so it doesn't get dirty. But definitely pouches on the inside, it's my favorite thing to do. So what this is, it's a heat and bond product, and it's an ironable, blah, blah, that's a long word. It's an ironable adhesive, vinyl adhesive. It comes in yardage, 17 inches wide, just like this, 17 inches wide, but the yardage, and it runs about $2.99 a yard. You can come in, you can buy an eighth of a yard, you can buy a full yard if you want. It doesn't matter. You can buy 25 yards if you want, girl. I don't care what you want to buy, but it's so easy to do. So I want to show you now how to do it. We're going to laminate a piece of fabric. It's just a little tiny sample. It's nothing big. I want to show you how cool it comes out. A little piece of fabric, and I've got my laminate right here. So what you're going to do, follow the instructions. Anytime you buy product with us, you're going to have these instructions included. We'll put it right there with you, and you can take it home and figure it out. So what we're going to do with this, first thing we have to do is get our fabric. Now it says you have to pre-wash your fabric on the instructions, but I don't pre-wash mine when I'm doing my pouches and stuff. Maybe if it's something that you're worried about shrinkage. I haven't found that it affects the stickability or ironability of putting this on, so I don't know why you have to pre-wash it. If you want to, if you are a stickler for rules, then pre-wash it. But if you're kind of like me and whoop, just wing it, then you can just go ahead and whoop, wing it, and you'll be fine. So the first thing it tells you to do is you're going put on your glasses. That's the first thing it tells you to do. Oh wow, oh now I can't see you. Anyhow, what you're going to do, it's very easy. You're just going to peel off one piece from the other. Can you see how I'm doing that? That wasn't hard to get apart. Okay, so this paper just kind of gets set aside for a minute. I'm not going to throw it away. Now I'd already cut these to size. I cut this just a tiny bit smaller than this one, okay, just to keep it easy. And I am going to go ahead and stick this on there. So let me go ahead and do that, and you'll be able to see in a minute how I am doing this. So I've got my piece of fabric right here, and this is just a sample piece, like I said, so it's not cut to any particular size. And here is the piece of vinyl that I peeled off my backing. You can feel which one you peeled off because it's the shiny side that held the backing, and that's gonna be important in a minute. All I'm going to do is put this onto my fabric. It's tacky like a Post-it note. So if you lay it down and you don't like it, you can peel it back up. And incidentally, don't make the mistake I just made. It goes on the front of your fabric, not the back of your fabric. It goes on the front of your fabric. So I'm going to put it right here on the right side of my fabric, doing that correctly now. And then if my paper were bigger, I could iron right there, but since I trimmed it down, my paper's not quite big enough to cover it. So I'm going to use an applique pressing sheet, and I'm going to take my iron and I'm just going to press it until it gets nice and hot. So what it says right here is to hold it for 8 seconds until it's completely done. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one more section, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to come back over here to the beginning where I was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to iron it on the back side. Ooh, it's hot. So be very careful. This is hot, hot. So the laminate comes in 2 different finishes. This is a matte finish. It also comes in a glossy finish. I don't normally use a glossy finish on anything because I think that does look like the plastic covered furniture that was in Grandma's house. So now the instructions say to heat this up for another 4 seconds. We're just going to heat it from the back side now for another 4 seconds. And I'm going over the whole thing, taking my time though. This is just so nifty. I think what I like about it most is that when I'm making bags and pouches, I want everything to match. And I don't want to have to be limited to just finding a neutral color of laminate or something that doesn't match. Sometimes it's in black or brown or whatever. Now I can still take my favorite fabric that I liked and I can laminate it, and it's going to match my bag. And you might be able to see a little bit of the sheen on there. It's not very noticeable because this is the matte finish. But if I get something on it, I can wet it, and you can see where it's just going to bead right off. It's not going to stay on. It's not going to penetrate to your fabric. And if you get powder, icky, sticky on the inside of your bags, you can just wipe it off. It is just really so cool. So tell me what else you would use it on. I love this laminate. I think it's really cool, very helpful for bibs. You can use it for seat covers. You can use it for the inside of purses and bags. Gosh, just about anything you can think of. Maybe a little section on a placemat. Oh, placemats would be great too if you do some simple placemats. There is a lot of stuff you can use this for. So this is Tisha Copeland. Again, thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed watching this little tutorial. You can find us at notyourmamasquiltstore.com. We have a full online store. Everything you find in the store is also online, or you can stop into the store one day. We are in Plano, Texas, which is a suburb of Dallas, and we would love to see you. Thanks for stopping in today. Bye.